Welcome to the exclusive launch of a newly established online travel agency, Traveliko.com, reshaping the sharing economy with a fair and empowering hotel booking platform for conscious travelers. The core goal of Traveliko is to provide individual travelers with an empowering, ethical, value-driven portal and to improve the environment and quality of life of those in need through charitable projects. Without any further ado, I would like to invite one of Traveliko's co-founders, Jan, upon stage to give us all some background and information about the company. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Jan.
Thank you. I must say that it's a very exciting day for us. It's been a 3-year journey, to be honest. Bjorn, Martijn, and I know each other for a while, and we started this Traveliko adventure because I was feeling a growing frustration as a hotel GM, and the relation between the hotel and the OTA were not reflecting what we were expecting. I first met Bjorn down in Phuket while doing some charity work. I shared my problem and my view on the hotel industry with him, and he said, let's build one. Martijn is the one who added the CSR angle to the product, and later on, Nathalie Glebova, our brand ambassador, joined the team. Traveliko's mission is to solve a problem inherent to the hospitality industry. First of all, what is the problem? I think for those who know the hospitality industry, lately, hotel operators have raised their concern over a highly increasing level of commission that is being charged by the giant OTA. They've reached somehow an oligopoly in the market, and they monopolize the online visibility by buying visibility with Google and pay-per-clicks by billions and billions of dollars every year. As a hotel person, I always thought that the most amount of money I want to pay to sell a room is 10%. Back then, in the 80s, when I started the hospitality industry, agents used to charge 10% commission. Then in the 90s, the OTA started to come into play, and the commission started to grow. Not only the OTA commission, but the agent commission as well. So Traveliko will be charging a flat 10% commission, non-dynamic. Means hotel cannot increase visibility by paying us more. It's flat 10% for everyone. For those who are less familiar with the hotel industry, current OTA on a contract rate, they will charge 15 to 17%, but because of their dynamic commission system, if you want more visibility on their website, you pay more. So one of the things we ask the hotel is like, we charge you only 10%. Please give something in return, part of your saving on the commission. Give it back to the consumer in the form of a freebie, perks, a late checkout, a early check-in, free Wi-Fi, minibar, a voucher to your F&B, whatsoever you want, but give it back to the consumer as a gesture. So how we will compete with the giants is like on Booking.com, you might see a rate at 2,000. Because of the rate parity status on Traveliko, you will see a rate at 2,000 as well, but you might get added service or added product with your rate, like a free bottle of wine on arrival or a massage at the spa. Our solution to the sharing economy would be for us to share part of our revenue, net revenue, with a social organization in the form of a donation that is automatically generated by the system at the end of the booking. The consumer allocates our 20% donation to a cause of his choice in the country he books the hotel. So it's our commission that the consumer will allocate to a charity. We donate, the consumer do it on our behalf. As you know, tourism also affects the environment, affect a few things in the place you travel, so we are trying to rebalance the system. Traveliko, in a sense, is cheaper for most than the direct distribution of the hotel. 10%, you pay Traveliko. If you have to maintain your own website, your sales team, your CEO, the MD, whoever works in the head office, your direct distribution cost for most is above 10%. So we are a cheaper solution and a more friendly solution. We won't be buying loyalty with billions of dollars. We will be buying loyalty by a great user experience and by changing the world.
Thank you very much, Jan, for giving us a very, very good understanding. Okay. Right, next I would like to invite Traveliko co-founders Martijn and Bjorn.
All right, guys. Thank you all for coming. So when we first got started with working with the hotels, they said, we love the fact that we only have to pay 10% to you guys. Now, how do we beat the system? How do we game this? How do we get on top? we said right away, we're not going to give you the same rope to kill yourself on again, because this is what happened with the first OTAs. They created a platform where they said, hey, you guys can bid on space. You give us more commission, we make you get more seen, right? And that's where we are today. That's where the problem is. The OTA created the platform for the hotels to go and start to make less and less money. Then we said to the hotels, what else would you like to do? And they said, well, we want to sell more, right? We want to sell whatever we can. So we said, well, we have a room here. That's the room that you buy. But there's much more to the story, right? There's restaurants on the property. There's conference meeting rooms. So let's just go through a booking. I don't want to talk too much. And you can see what we kind of came up with together with the hotels. So the big difference here is because we have hotels have so much money to play with now, we say value-added services to your customer that they want and that you also want to sell. You want to make more money, actually, with Traveliko. And two, what are you willing to give away as freebies to your customers as well? And this is where they come. This is where the big thing that came in, where hotels go, hey, I want to game the system. I want to be on top of those search results. How do I get there? Well, you get there by giving away more stuff to the customer. We've allowed hotels to customize their guest rooms much better. So you want to have a room that's penthouse. You want 5th floor, away from the elevator, mountain view, beach view, pool view. The hotel gets to really customize their inventory, so you get a better understanding of what hotel room that you're getting. Afterwards, when you're done with your booking, we will ask you about your stay, which will then lead back to the next booker who comes. So we think custom tailoring of this is going to be very, very successful. Okay, so let's just get started with the booking. Nice and easy. We get started with a map, no frills. You can display by information in different ways. So stars are a green index. How green are they? How many reviews? The freebies that they want to give away. The popularity of the hotel, so how many bookings. The price, the total price of the stay, and the average price per night. So different ways of showing the hotel how they score in comparison with other hotels. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so quickly now, if you just want to see, you're looking for a specific lifestyle. For example, health and fitness. All of these hotels have listed health and fitness as a lifestyle. If you look for family, there's only one hotel in the area that's family-oriented. So very quickly, you can see, you know what? I'm bringing my family. I want to look for family hotels right away. I don't want to have anything else. And here comes the first thing that hotels were asking for. They want to sell more. The biggest thing that they ask for is, let us sell packages, okay? Packages can be anything. It can be their restaurants. It can be their massages. It can be anything that they want to. They can even do deals with outside vendors. So we also have a very interesting new review section. So reviews are very, very important to hotels. It's how they make bookings or not. So it's very, very difficult to get people to leave reviews. So we're trying to get it very, very simple. We're trying a new thing with emojis only, hashtags it's a nice combination, and it's going to be very quick and easy for people to leave reviews. And again, they make karma points on it, so it's well worth their while. Okay, that's it for me. Do you want to talk a little bit about Greendex?
All right, Bjorn, thank you. So now we get to the interesting part of the presentation. We are actually giving away 20% of our revenue. That's something that not many companies will do. And it's something that the co-founders have decided is something really important. As mentioned before, we actually have 3 causes when we check out. So for the planet, in all countries where we are, we have taken OPS, Oceanic Preservation Society. They're basically looking at awareness. People and animals, that will be people. For the people cause is Teach for Thailand. That is Teach projects for children in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai. For animals, it will be rehabilitation of trafficked slow lorises. In principle, with our year 3 to 4, we should be doing about $13 million US. 20% of that will go to our charitable organizations, our social ventures. And that means that we actually have a 2.6 million donation that goes to those charities every year. That doesn't sound like very much, but just for illustration of what this will mean, if we would be having like any number that would be close to Booking.com, and Booking.com is doing 1.2 million room nights per day, it would mean donation of 2.4 million US dollar per day. I notice that a lot of hotels are not very sustainable. The environment finally is the party that no one cares too much about. So for us, we do find it very important that hotels are sustainable. For that, we introduced the Traveliko Green Index. It's a simple system, easy to check for hotels, easy to also understand by guests. It consists basically of 3 items. It's a self-assessment. It's a checklist that will be filled in by hotels. And it can easily be verified by guests. Second one is transparency. It's easy to see which questions come to which result. So the big deal about this green index is that this will be a default presentation that goes into the overview as shown by Bjorn. I like to invite Natalie on stage.
So last but not least, I assume that most of you know already that Traveliko has a brand ambassador. Natalie, it's our absolute pleasure to have you with us today. Okay.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure too.
Sure. I've got a few questions for you, actually. So why did you become Traveliko's brand ambassador?
Yeah.
Well, as Jan mentioned before, and Bjorn said that as well, that I am a charitable person, and I have always been involved in many, many different charities throughout the world. Even when I was Miss Universe, it all started back then, as Miss Universe has a big charity angle as well. And then when I moved to Thailand, I had continued all that work with many different organizations, from WWF to Operation Smile, Soy Dog Foundation, Habitat for Humanity. Just recently, I've been named as an advocate for He for She campaign by UN Women. So I'm always constantly involved in all types of charity work because I believe that we all can do our part. And when Bjorn approached me with Traveliko and he said, we're doing this amazing startup that also has a charity angle, it was just like a perfect fit. It couldn't be better. It was Traveliko and Natalie right there.
And based on your experience, how much difference do you think Traveliko can make in the world?
I think we can make a big impact because just by the numbers alone that Martijn was just talking about it, I mean, why not give back? All these OTAs, they're making so much money, and where does it all go? I think it's so important that we are responsible when we travel. And I think it's quite a big trend now from what I see, that people are actually, they want to contribute when they travel. They want to make a difference, but they don't know how. Well, with Traveliko, it's so easy because you book your hotel because you're traveling anyway, and at the same time, you're making a difference. So I believe that as travelers, we can make a huge difference, especially in those countries where we travel to.
Okay, Naha, thank you very much, Natalie. And thank you, everyone. So everyone, thank you very much for coming and joining us today. I hope that you all got information.